Good, good evening, everybody. You can hear me? You can hear me well? Yeah, good. Good evening, everybody. Today, actually, according to the calendar, it's Thai tradition calendar because Sri Lankan calendar, it was yesterday. Today is the full moon of the month of what we call in the Buddhist tradition, Asalha. This is the 8th month of the year because in the time of the Buddha, Buddha's time, it was not January, February, March, it's come later. But in the time of the Buddha, it was different names to the months. And the 8th month was Asalha. And today is the full moon of Asalha. We call it Buddha Day, which the Buddhists, they celebrating it. It's an important time because in the time of the Buddha, something very, very auspicious happened. Something very important happened. The Buddha, I want to show you something to share with you. You can see the map, huh? So, I don't know, maybe we can go up bigger. I think it's enough. You can see it, huh? You can see the map.
Yes.
So the birthplace of the Buddha is Lumbini. It's here. 20 kilometers from there, it's Kapalavistu. This is the palace where he grew up actually. 29 years. This is the area of Shakya, the kingdom of Shakya. When the Buddha he was 29 years old, he left the palace and he started to travel to the area of the Ganges. And he came to Rajgir, to this area. He make all the way. On the way, he meet two teachers, Alar Kalama and Ramaputta. They teach him the samatha, concentration, but he was not satisfied with it. So he came at the end to this area. This is called Urovela. Urovela, there is also a mountain and cave. This is nearby the city of Gaya. And there he was practicing together with another 5 friends. Who is these 5 friends? They joined to the Buddha. Why they joined to the Buddha? When the time of the Buddha, just shortly after the birth time of the Buddha, it was about 8 ascetic. They came to visit the Buddha to look about what will be with this child. It was very, very normal in that time that the parents, they ask rich people, they ask for some kind of special yogi to come to fortune teller to tell what will be with the child. So these 8 people, they came, they raised up 2 fingers because they saw on the body of the child 32 elements, 32 figures or characteristics, which they said that either the child will be a king that will rule all over the world. It's called king turning the wheels. Either he will be, if he will leave the palace, he will be Buddha. He will find a way to get enlightened. So the youngest from this ascetic, the 8, there was altogether 8, the youngest from them raised up only 1 finger. So they asked him, what is this 1 finger? He said, no, your son will be Buddha. He will leave the home and he will be Buddha. His name was Kundanya. Now, when the Buddha left, when the Siddhartha Gautama was just a prince, he left the palace. So all the other ascetics from the 8, 7 of them, they passed away. Only Kundanya was still alive. I assume he was maybe 50, something like this. 50 something. So the other ascetic, they told to their son about this story. They said to them that if Siddhartha Gautama will leave the home, please join to him. He has a very, very good chance to be enlightened, to be Buddha. So it's good for you to join to him. So that's why, together with Kundanya, it was another 4 ascetics go together. There was the children of the ascetic that came from to visit the Buddha when he was just a baby. So this is the 5 ascetic actually. And when the Buddha left home and he go and start to practice, Kundanya and their other friends, they joined to the Buddha and they was practicing, like I told you, here in this area, Orovela. And the Buddha was very, very extreme. He was very, very, he built a lot of paramita, we say, for many, many reincarnations, so many reincarnations. So he had a lot of effort, a lot of determination, a lot of energy, a lot of good characteristics. So they believe in that time that because people have a karma, it's good for them to destroy the karma. So how much they suffer more, how much they go into pain, or they call it tapas, different kind of ascetic, or let's say different kind of torching the body. So they will suffer more, they will get rid from a lot of karma, so they will be close to nirvana by this. Because they have to pay, they pay, and then when they pay all the karma, they will stop suffering. So why not we make the body suffering? So we will stop karma, and we will take out the karma. And the Buddha was very, let's say, extreme in all these ascetic things. So he almost died. All of them in the many, many reincarnations. So that's why when the Buddha was sitting meditation, he almost killed himself. And in certain moment, he realized that this is not the way. If I destroy this machine, this body, I will not be able to practice anymore. So he decided to quit this kind of idea and to look for something like he called middle way. Why middle way? Because he explained in the sutta that we just chant today. Normally in the Buddha Day, we are chanting this sutta. It's in 42 in the bracket. It's called Dhamma-cakka-ppavattana-sutta. This is the turning the wheels of Dhamma. This is the first ceremony that the Buddha gave. What happened is that when the Buddha realized that this is not the way to go to extreme, he decided he have to go to the middle way. So he go down to the river, Ganjana River. It's here, you can see it. Ganjana River, this one, nearby Gaya, Orovela. And he washed himself. It was one woman named Sushada. And Sushada offered him the food. She wanted actually to give the food to the god of the tree. So she saw the Siddhartha Gautama sitting there. She was thinking that she was sure that he's the god of the tree. So she offered him the food. And after he eats, he washed himself also. He didn't shave because the Buddha shaved only one time when he left home. Just immediately when he left home, when he was 29, this is only one time that he shaved. Later he didn't shave. But Then these 5 friends, when they noticed that Siddhartha Gautama is changing, is not willing to practice like before, they was thinking that maybe he changed his mind and he want to quit and to go back to the palace. It means he's going to be a big king. So that's why they decided to leave him. They lose the hope that he will get something. So he stay alone. He stay alone, and then he went from Uruvela side, he crossed the river to Bodh Gaya. Bodh Gaya, it was just a tree there sitting. He was sitting alone in the forest. And then he make the exercise, different exercise, and he get enlightened. After he get enlightened, he stay under the Bodhi tree there 7 weeks. He make different kind every week. So he make something. The first week he was just sitting in the bliss of the enlightened situation. Second, he make gazing. He was standing and looking at the tree. Another week he make walking meditation. Like this 7 weeks he stay there. And the end of this, it was all these things. It was in the Visakha. Visakha, it's the 6 months of the year. And the full moon of Visakha, it's in the 6th month. For us now, if we compare it to our time, normally it's come to be about May, full moon of May. But this is the 6th month of the year. In the Buddhist calendar, it's called Visakha. And then he stay 7 weeks. It means almost 2 months. And 1 week is making the walk from Bodh Gaya to Varanasi, to Saranath. Why is doing this way? Because he thought who is the people that he can teach them, and he realized that these 5 friends, they are capable to learn. Because he said that most people have dust in the eyes, so cannot teach them. They cannot get the Dharma. But some people have little dust. So he thought about these 5 friends and he said they are capable to learn. So he's making the walk from Bodh Gaya to Saranath 1 week. So altogether complete 2 months. 2 months from getting enlightened. So from the 6 months of Visakha, 7 weeks stay there, 1 week walking, altogether 2 months. We are coming to the Asalha, the month of the 8th month. This is today. And then very beginning, you meet the 5 friends in Saranath. It's nearby Varanasi, big city. It's 10 kilometers from Varanasi. It was deer park there. He met the 5 friends. He told them that he got enlightened. In the very beginning, they didn't believe him. So he told them that if they will listen to him, they will practice. They also can gain into the nirvana. So then he take them to the deer park in Varanasi. I think you will know the picture. We don't have I didn't put the picture of the Saranath stupa, the deer park in Saranath. Anyway, there he meet them and then he teach them the first ceremony, the Dhamma-cakka-ppavattana-sutta. And this is what normally every Buddha day we are reading. And in this Dhamma-cakka-ppavattana-sutta, actually, the Buddha said to them, the turning the wheels of Dhamma, the Buddha explained the essence of his teaching. When we talk about Vipassana, actually, we talk about this idea. And he starts, the sutta starting, Evam me sutang ekang samayang. It means, this is what I heard. One time, the Buddha was in Isipatane Vihara, okay? This is Varanasi. It's talking about Saranath, okay? This is like a deer park. And he introduced the Panchavakya. It means it introduced the 5 students, the 5 monks. They were Bhikkhave Anta. He said to them, there is 2 deve, it means 2. There is 2 ways which they are extreme. the monk is someone that go out from the home and want to get into to find enlightened or to look for overcome suffering. He should not go to them. They are brutal. And then the Buddha, something like I explained it on the way that in one way the Buddha say, this is the joy of the sense doors. Because we think that the Buddha was a king. He had all what he wanted. All the great food, enjoyment of the music, I don't know, show. Yeah, probably have many women to entertainment them or whatever. Yeah. So he also have the child and he have the wife. And so a lot of money and a lot of pleasure and games and whatever he wish for the enjoyment of the sense doors. But he said that this is something like didn't give him real happiness. It was not beneficial for him. It didn't give him the real happiness. So when he left home, he go to the other extreme, which is the suffering side, bringing the body into the extreme. Maybe they walk on the fire, maybe sitting on the, I don't know, needle, okay, lay down on needle, or stay naked, maybe too cold, too hot, or whatever, expose themselves, raising up the legs and the end, and stopping eating. The Buddha described it. There is one sutta that the Buddha said about all these extreme things, what he's doing, the way that he was practicing. He was trying to stop his breathing, so much painful. And he stopped eating so much that he described that if he would touch his belly, he feel the back. If he touch the back, he will feel the skin of the belly. So it's all skinny, almost died. So he said this is not beneficial, both of them. This extreme not beneficial and this extreme not beneficial. But only the Buddha said when I found the middle way. And what is this middle way? It's the Eightfold Path. If I talk about the Eightfold Path, do good, don't do bad, and purify the mind. And this is go with the 8 things that we have to develop. The first thing is right wisdom, samadhi, and the opposite from this is avijjaditi. Okay. You say, normally we say diti, it's like a view. Okay, so we have micca. Micca, it means wrong. We have samma, it's right. So we talk about avijja because it's a special kind of, in this case, it's special kind of diti, of wrong view, which is not understanding the Four Noble Truths. Not understanding fully, but I'm not talking about understanding intellectual. I'm talking about understand insight, understand about suffering. What is the meaning of suffering? Normally we understand things less suffering, but still we want them. We have the craving to them. Okay, we know it's not good, but inside us we want. Okay, so it means to understand fully, it's no any craving to this. It's like fearful. You are fearful for getting it. So if you get it, oh, it's dangerous for you. This is how you feel. And it's every small thing. Because also anagami, which is very, very high level, you sometimes have attachment to the concentration. It's really, if you have attachment, it means you don't understand the dukkha, the suffering coming from this. So the first noble truth is actually understanding suffering. The second is understanding the reason of the suffering, which is the tanha, the Buddha says. Tanha, it means attachment or craving or thirsty. That's the meaning of the word tanha. We have kama tanha, which is thirsty or craving to the sense doors. We have bhava tanha, it's attachment to be something, to be exist. Okay, which is this is bhava tanha, we call it. Attachment to be something, to be, maybe I have new generation, children, maybe everybody know about me, I will give donation, everybody will know, I will make some books, or everybody remember me, or whatever, okay? I don't want to die, cars, oh, I'm not accident, I don't want my children to die, or something. And then vibhavatana is the third attachment, which is the attachment not to be. It's enough. I don't want any more. Maybe someone has to go to make examination. They are wishing, oh, I wish that I have problem in the car. Okay, or maybe I will be sick. I don't go to the school today. I don't want to go to the school. When we were children like this, we create a lot of sickness. I wish to look television, not to go to the school. So this is something like the Bhavatana. I don't want to be. I want to stop. People they're sitting. When the time is going to finish, my legs is killing me from pain. Okay, or whatever. People have to do something. They get migraine. Some psychosomatic sickness. There's something like the body destroy itself, even cancer. Vibhavantana, detecting ourselves. And then we say, oh, maybe we didn't eat good, maybe we exposed too much to this, to that. But actually the body I don't want any more. It's enough for me. I want to run away from the situation. So the body is, the mind and the body affecting something like this. I say even cancer like this. Many kind of sickness, migraines or whatever, blood pressure. It's vibhavatana, everything. I want to destroy myself. But this is insight. It's not something that we can control. So this is the second noble truth. And then the third one, it's the end of the suffering, which is nirodha. Nirodha is, people say enlightened. But actually it's not good translation, enlightened, because enlightened is the light, turn on the light. But nirodha coming from the word nir, which is, or ni, which is turning off, ceasing, stopping. Okay, if I take a candle, then I make full, this is nirodha. This is nir. Okay, ni. In Sanskrit it's nir, and in Pali it's ni. And then it means that ending, stopping, ceasing what? Stopping and ceasing the end of the suffering, the reason of the suffering, which is the tan'ah. And this is what the Buddha say in the, if you follow in the sutta, what I explain now, I don't explain for myself. This is actually from the sutta itself. Okay, I just don't go with the relation. You say, oh, this is, you see what is here, it's written here, and this, but actually this is what I'm translating, something like this. What is, if you can read in English, you can understand it. So this is the third noble truth. It means the noble truth of the nirodha, the nirvana. Nirodha or nirvana of the tanha. And then the fourth noble truth is the noble truth of the way how to get into nirodha, how to get into this situation, how to bring ourselves to stopping or ceasing of the reason of the suffering, which is the tanha. This is the eightfold path. Okay. What is the eightfold path? The first one is the right view. And the right view is to understand these four noble truths that I just mentioned now. So right view is the first. Second is right thinking. What the meaning of right thinking? Right thinking is to not to, if we are sitting meditation and desire coming into us, greed of the sense soul coming to us, the Buddha says we have to overcome it. So sometimes we're sitting and then we think about the food. Oh, I finish meditation, and after I finish meditation, I go to eat my yogurt. So we have to overcome it, not to follow it. Fantasy. Oh, I go, I drink my tea or whatever. Or I go, I watch on the tree, refresh myself. Okay. So this is this thinking coming in the mind. We should not follow. We should acknowledge it. The Buddha said, described, he called two kinds of thinking. So one kind of thinking he said is good, and one kind of thinking is bad. And in the moment that he was sitting meditation, he took all the kind of thinking and he separated them between the good thinking and the bad thinking, and he said the bad thinking, okay, this is called sankappa or vitaka, okay. So we come to samma sankappa. This is the second in the eightfold path. And the meaning is, one, not to follow the sense door. Second is not to follow ill will. The people getting anger. Oh, mosquito. I want to kill him, okay? Ooh, too hot, I don't like it. Oh, the pain, I don't deal with. And the third one is when we want to destroy someone, okay? So the ill will is something like emotion, anger, and the third one is something like want to hurt someone, thinking about someone like me dead or whatever, I want to hurt them. So this is, we say, wrong thinking. And right thinking, it's the first one is renunciation, thinking about renunciation. For example, taking the precepts is renunciation. Thinking how to not to follow the sense doors is renunciation. Okay, so this is right thinking. Another kind of right thinking, the second one is if we say ill will or anger, so it's loving kindness. Develop loving kindness. Another kind of thinking, right thinking, or Dhamma-cakka-ppavattana-sutta, this is the second. It's the develop of compassion. In Pali we say karuna. Okay. The difference between metta or loving kindness and karuna is that in the metta, I'm sending love to other people. I'm thinking about what good things can be to people. And karuna, compassion, I'm thinking how I'm wishing for other people to stop what they are suffering. If I say that one of the characteristics of bad thinking is wanting to destroy other people, so the opposite is compassion. I'm wishing them that they even not suffer. Okay. And then I just make it more short. I don't go deep to each line. The second one is right speech, which is not telling lies, not separate between people. Okay. Not something like talk foolish things, no meaning. Okay. Then cheating the people, misguide the people, wrong speech. So this is the third, we say, eightfold path. So the third one is right speech, and then the fourth one is right action. Right action is mean no killing or no harming. Okay, no stealing, no bad sex. Okay, no commit adultery. So this is mean right action. The next one is right livelihood. It means in which way I'm earning my money. What kind of work we are working. If I'm working work which is maybe hunter, okay, or selling guns. So this is work, I can be very rich, millionaire. But what happened with this, that at the end, I will, sorry about right actions, also about drugs and alcohol, which I didn't mention before. But now we come to the right livelihood, which is kind of work, how I'm earning my money, what kind of work I'm working. If we are killing in our work, if we're stealing, if we are using the wrong sex, okay, using wrong speech, or dealing with drugs and alcohol, people. So we can be very rich, people in, I don't know, South America, maybe they are working, dealing with drugs, they are millionaires. But still, whatever, this is like a karma. They will not have happiness with this. Even they get a lot of money, they will have very bright, very happy. But later they will suffer. And this means right livelihood. Right livelihood is opposite from this. Maybe nurse, doctor, teacher, or whatever, helping to people, reducing the suffering from people. And then we come to right effort. Right effort, it means 4 great efforts, because if we want to do something, to bring something into goodness, first we have to protect our sense doors. We have to put a garden. We have to prevent the rubbish from coming inside. The second, we have to take the rubbish that's already in outside. If we have garden, we have to clean our garden. So if we have our mind dirty with the kilesa, with the ignorance, with greed, anger, delusion, we have to acknowledge it and clean out by meditation. And then we have to start to cultivate good things, which is merit, like donations, helping people, or whatever. Okay, listening to Dharma. So we have to start to cultivate good things inside us. And the last actions is what we call to maintain it, because it's not enough one day to go and to see beggars to give them food and finish. We have to continue day by day. We have to practice every day. We have to try to take the precepts very often. Okay, to ask for this, to make a wish. I try not to kill. I try not to steal. So all these things is something like cultivating a good mind. So this is what we call right effort, which is the 4 great efforts. Preventing from bad things to come in. Like I said, you see something, seeing, hearing. You protect the sense thought. Okay? Or people they expose, maybe they go to the internet or newspaper, I don't know what, bad information, not suitable information. Destroy the mind, okay? Spoil the mind, getting habit. And then second is cleaning the things that already inside us for many, many years, many, many reincarnations, okay? Like anger, worry, doubt, we are acknowledging, we're cleaning out. Then develop a good thing. Like I said, the 10 kinds of merit. I will go just past the 10 kinds of merit. It's dana, sila. Dana is giving, sila is taking precept or trying to make a wish not to harm by the 5 precepts, for example. And then bhavana, it's been practicing. And then we have another one, which is helping to others. We have respecting elders. We have to share the merit, whatever we are doing with other people. Even we have done it, but we invite other people to come. We are sharing with other people whatever they have done. This is another kind of merit. Listening to Dharma, teaching Dharma, and holding the right view. So when we are developing these 10 kind of things, this is called merit. It gives us good energy or motivation inside us. Okay? So this is the right effort. And then we are coming to the 7 way of the Eightfold Path, okay? The 7 path. This is the right mindfulness, which is the 4 foundation of mindfulness. Body, feeling, mind, and mind object. Body, when we are walking, sitting, standing, laying down, we're acknowledging everything. Okay, we have the small position, touching, turning, rising, lowering, scratching, bending. We have feeling, liking, disliking, neutral. We have the mind, thinking, judging, analyzing, criticizing, planning. We have the mind objects. This is the anger, worry, doubt, lazy, craving, and 6 sense doors, hearing, seeing, smelling, tasting, and feeling. This is actually what we call the right mindfulness, samasati. And the last is called samadhi, which is the right concentration. Right concentration, it means to go up with the jhana, but it's kanika samadhi, momentary concentration. It's not that we focus only, maybe we focus only in, out, in, out, in, out. This is wrong, okay, wrong concentration, because we focus only ekagata. But if we know, hearing, this one moment, thinking, rising, falling, moment by moment, moment by moment. It's called kanika samadhi. So we develop the concentration eye with the mindfulness. So the combination between both of them, they are making the purification. So if we take this 8 path, 8 line, so we have the first one is right view, the second is right thinking. They are considered to be wisdom. Okay? Then we have right speech, right actions, and right livelihood. They are considered to be the sila, virtue, the way of the end. And then we have right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. This is the samadhi. So it's Sila, Samadhi, Panya. Sila, it means they behave, develop when we are keeping the good mind, we behave in a good way, we are not doing bad and we are doing good, then we can concentrate, develop Samadhi. When we develop the Samadhi, the concentration, mindfulness increasing, then we are purifying the mind. So it's something like the steps that building each other. Sila, Samadhi, Panya. Okay? And then the Buddha said, only when I understood this Eightfold Path, or let's say the Four Noble Truths, only then I could say that I get enlightened, that I became Sammasambuddhasa. Till then, I could not say so. It means it still was a bodhisattva with the kilesa inside himself. He still have kilesa. That's why, for example, I told you that the Buddha was sitting in the night and he was thinking with the desire. How can be Buddha with desire? If Buddha, how can he be then Buddha with anger, thinking about anger? Because in this moment he was not Buddha yet. He was bodhisattva. And only when he crossed into Buddhahood, he cut the greed, anger, delusion from the mind. So then he could say that he really enlightened. So this is Buddha explained in the first teaching, the 5 students that, and then when the Buddha finished the teaching, Kundanya, that I told you that he already was elder, he was old, he was when the Buddha was just a baby, okay? Maybe I assume that he was 50, 55 or something like this. I don't know how I get this number, but I think so, if you calculate by the time, because the Buddha now 29, okay? No, 35. The Buddha now 35. Kundanya, if he was a monk, so he at least have to be 20. Okay, so that's why maybe I got into 55 at least. Because yogi cannot be 19, cannot be 17, it's too young for this. Normally we talk about bhikkhu, we talk about over 20. So suppose he was 20 and Buddha now passed 35 years, so he was 55. In the moment that he just was hearing the Buddha telling this story, this explanation, immediately he became Sotapanna. So the Buddha told at the end of the talk, the Buddha say, Kundanya Anya, he changed his name. Kundanya Anya, it means Kundanya is really understood. It means he confirmed that that Kundanya became Sotapanna. It means enter the way. Okay, he cleaned the doubt, he cleaned the Sakaya Ditti, which is self attachment, okay, belief on self, and he cleaned the attachment to ritual, because they understand only the Eightfold Path can do it, not other kind of ceremony or whatever. Okay, so this was at the end of the ceremony, at the end of the teaching. And what happened when the Buddha finished to give the lecture? They say that in this moment, it was not around, it was not only the 5 students. It was many, many, many thousands of angels coming to listen to the Dhamma-talk. So when they was hearing the Dhamma-talk, they start slowly, slowly to cry. They cry because they were so excited. Okay, they shout, they were so excited. Okay, so they was, for example, there is the human being, and then around the human being, you have 4 great kings. So they start to cry, okay, to shout. So then the angels around them, up them, up them, up them, slowly, slowly, became the cry, shout, shout, shout. So like this, all the universe was excited from this Dhamma-talk, okay? So this was very, very beneficial and unique for us. That's why we say we are very, very lucky people, that we are still living in this period of time. So I wish for all of you to continue to walk on the Eightfold Path, okay, to the teaching of the Buddha, till you gain the benefit of Makkapala and Nirvana, the real happiness. Thank you very much. Anyone want to ask something? Anyone have questions or something you want to know? So if not, we will pay respect to the Buddha one more time before we finish. Araham Samma Sambuddho Bhagavan Buddhan Bhagavantan Abhivadim Sawakato Bhagavata Dhammo Dhamman Namasam Supatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Sanghan Namam. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ajarn.
Welcome. Just to tell you one more thing, connect to the Asalha from tomorrow, starting the Pansa, the rainy season for 3 months. Officially, it's starting tomorrow. From tomorrow, the monk has to stay in one place for 3 months. Okay, we call it Pansa. It's come from the word Basa, water, rainy season in the monsoon time. Thank you.
Thank you, Ajarn.
All right.
Thank you.